Welcome at home with Stacy Encourage, where you will find me busy creating clean products, preserving, planning delicious, nutritious meals for my friends and family. It is officially the winter and fall season, and sea moss is a must have staple in my fridge. I keep it in my fridge at all times. Now, I will say start off with 2 ounces of sea moss. You don't want to do too much at a time. And give this a good wash and let this soak for about 30 minutes. It's just going to help release any debris that your sea moss might have. Rinse it off and let it soak for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, I am washing my sea moss thoroughly. I like to wash my sea moss thoroughly within the first 1 hour because I like to retain most of my nutrients in my sea moss. So you want to wash this because it's soft, but it's not as soft as it will get, but it should be soft enough to remove any debris. And you want to wash this, I would say, about 4 times, but wash it until there is no debris or no stones or no rocks in your sea moss. For the people who may not know what sea moss is, it is a type of seaweed, also known as Irish moss, that is rich in vitamins and minerals, a lot of what the body needs. Now, as you see, I am continuing to wash. Wash thoroughly. Do not miss this step. And the final wash, I wash my sea moss with a lime or a lemon. And once I wash my sea moss with a lime and a lemon and I rinse it, I do not wash it again. I find whenever I wash my sea moss with the lime, it just makes the sea moss expand thicker and quicker. So once I add lime to my sea moss, I no longer wash. So I make sure and wash thoroughly before I add my lime. And that's my way. There is a lot of different other ways to do this. This just works better for me. Did you know that sea moss contains 92 of the 102 minerals the human body needs? Now that my sea moss have been nicely washed, and I spent a lot of time on the washing because I believe that is one of the most important parts of making sea moss is cleaning the sea moss. I am going to fill my bowl until my sea moss is covered in water. Whatever amount of sea moss you're using, just let it cover the sea moss in water. Now you can use filtered water. I use tap water. All right? And let it cover it in water, and then you cover that and let this sit. It can sit in your refrigerator or on your counter. It can sit for 4 hours. If you want to have it longer, put it in the fridge. If you're busy, let it sit there overnight, covered. But I would say 4 hours to 6 hours. Let it sit and expand. But everything is clean. You don't want it to ferment. So if the place is warm, definitely keep it in a place where it's not going to ferment. I'm going to pour that into my pot. I don't need to rinse it. I don't need to throw my good water out. I tend to add 2 bay leaf and some allspice, and I am going to boil this until this gets soft. And this is a tip. In this step, you don't necessarily have to boil your sea moss. You could actually blend this in a high-powered blender and you would be done. But in this step, I am doing the boiling method. But you can also blend it without adding any heat if you don't want to add heat to this. Or just simply warm it and blend it. So there's many ways you can do this. Okay, I want to do the boil method, not over boiling. Once it has melted, I'm just going to take my immersion blender and I'm going to blend it smooth. Of course, make sure you remove your bay leaf and your allspice or whatever herbs you're using. You don't want that blended. And that's really how easy it is to make sea moss. The most difficult part is making sure that your sea moss is clean. That is it. And you will have bottles of sea moss in your fridge for 2 months. I went ahead and canned mine so that I can have a longer fridge life. Now, these are not shelf stable. They have to be stored in your refrigerator. And you can store this for up to about 2 months. A little bit more is totally up to you, but do smell them. So thanks for watching At Home with Stacy Encourage, and I will see you in the kitchen in a bit. Talk to you later. Bye.